Hello, ladies and gentlemen, yet another time. Well, it's the first time, I guess, but you get my point. It's the first time I'm making a EDH video on 5-color combo, so yeah, here we are. And I've opened up the queue, so I will show you in just a second. There we go. That's the queue. I'm waiting for 2 more players to join, and yeah. So what am I playing? I'm playing my Rakdos EDH deck. So some of you might know it from my blog. I posted a primer on Rakdos, the Defiler, so the first version of it. If you're interested in the deck list, you can either go to my blog. There's my paper list, so to speak, and above this video there will be the list for the online list I'm using on MTGO. So there's a little difference between them, mainly because of budget reasons. That's about it. Yeah, budget reasons. So I didn't want to commit too much money on MTGO yet because I've recently made an account and stuff. So yeah, I'm missing a Doomsday and some other things, but nothing really important. So basically the deck plays the same. Yeah, so I will be waiting for 2 more players to join, and I will be back with some gameplay. So see you in a bit. All right, so here we are. Let me move my microphone a bit so you can hear me better. Test, test, yes. All right, so this is my starting hand. I have Rakdos Carnarium, which is a very good hand to have in my opening hand, so I'm definitely keeping it. I have an early play. I have a reanimation spell, and then potentially game-winning card, and a removal spell. So this is definitely a keep. And we have a swamp, which is also fine. So play this, and possible play yield all, F2, and here we go. So yeah, I'm very happy that I'm doing this video now. So I've longed for the longest time to make one of these, and here we are. So let me first, well, the first few turns are probably not very exciting, so let me talk about the deck a bit. This Rakdos deck, first of all, the commander is probably a bit unusual. Usually you know the newer Rakdos, where you can cast fatties cheaper, or like creatures cheaper for each damage or each life your opponent's lost this turn. In this case, I'm using Rakdos Defiler, which is kind of weird, because whenever he attacks, whenever he attacks, you have to sacrifice half your permanents, or half the non-demon permanents, I guess. Like of your permanents. So you lose half your lands, probably, and maybe a creature or something. And people are like, why do you play that guy? He's awful. Because in multiplayer, you can only screw one guy up. So like when he connects, that's the other part of him. When he deals combat damage to a player, that player has to sacrifice half his or her permanents. So you basically sacrifice yourself in a way to take out one guy, and then the other 2 will battle it out. So the theory behind it that I have personally is, let's play land, I guess. Have them and go. Okay, so the theory behind it that I have, at least, is a bit different. So like, say, okay, land tax, that's probably a good deck. He has fetch land into dual land with the land tax on turn 1, so that's probably a good deck. Send Triplet's also a good commander. If you have like money cards. Underground Sea, okay. Everywhere the duels. So let's say I screw him over. Like, I sacrifice half my permanents, he sacrifices half her permanents. Let's say that happens, and then these 2 people are obviously in the driver's seat because they didn't lose any permanents. The theory that I have, at least, behind it is, now these 2 people will battle it out. So like, these 2 people will assess that the other is the most threatening right now, and they will start attacking each other, fighting each other over resources and stuff. And they will. One of them is probably the first one to die. And the funny thing about it is that I built my deck in a way that I can cope with like sacrificing half my lands for two times, maybe 3 times. I'm not sure, but 2 times usually is okay, because I have a lot of cards like the consultation can get me any ritual, dark ritual, and stuff. Any reanimation spell or something, and these cards kind of cheat on mana costs in a way. So that I can play this Torrent of Souls with the ritual on a big guy, and then suddenly with 2 lands, I suddenly have like a 6/6 flying or something that does any good effect on connecting or coming into the battlefield or something. And that way I can kind of operate for 2-3 turns without noticing that I have lost a lot of lands. And let's see, let's play the Ruinous Path. I kind of want to lose 1 card. Yeah, I guess let's play the Ruinous Path on this guy. So I kind of want to go down to 1 card, down 1 card because of this Carnarium. I don't want to discard. Yeah. All right, so I can operate on low mana for some amount of turns. And I will try to get ahead on this in this situation that like these 2 people fight and they get low life, and I finish one off. The other guy is dead because he killed him, and then I'm against this guy, and I recently screwed him over, so he shouldn't be that big of a threat. And maybe I can get there with like a reanimated Rakdos or like my big flyer, whatever. So that's basically the idea behind the deck. He will probably attack me, I guess. And yeah, I figured. So the downside of Rakdos isn't that big. Then some people are like, what if someone has spot removal? Because he lets you attack, then he kills Rakdos, and then you have sacrificed half your lands for nothing. And the thing behind the spot removal argument is basically that whenever you attack one, like let's say I attack this guy, these 2 people don't have any inclination to kill my, like there's no reason for them to kill my Rakdos, because where did he go? Okay, because if he removes him, I have sacrificed half my permanents, and if he doesn't remove him, me and another opponent of his sacrifices half his permanents. So basically, there's only an upside to it if he lets my Rakdos connect, and there's even some situations where people will counter a removal spell. Like I attack the Centriplets guy, and the Centriplets. I'm sorry, the Centriplets guy plays a removal spell. There is even a slight chance that the Azuri player will counter that removal spell because he wants Rakdos to connect. So usually you can maneuver around, like I can attack the guy that's tapped out. Usually people getting ahead tend to keep to tap out because they want to play their big spells. And so there's always a good chance to get some hits in. And even if they don't tap out, you can usually get a good idea of whether or not there's a removal spell in their deck, because yeah, mono green usually doesn't have that much removals, and as does, let's say, mono blue. I mean, they get Punkify and stuff, but yeah, all these decks don't run too much spot removal. Even other decks that have the colors for good spot removal won't run them because it's like multiplayer. A spot removal isn't that good in multiplayer as it would be in single player. So yeah, that's not that big of an issue. I've never run into a spot removal yet, so that's probably the best argument. I've not run into any spot removal yet. So yeah, that's basically the whole point of this deck is like get a good hit in with Rakdos, sacrifice maybe this guy, or have like this is also a very good land with Rakdos because it counts only as one permanent, but it produces two mana, and therefore I sacrifice the swamp and I still have 3 mana even though I have 2 lands. and I can sacrifice this one. I can get another land. I play it at post Rakdos, and stuff like that. So yeah, basically, I've put a lot of effort into developing this kind of deck, and I think it paid off very good. All right, enough of my ramblings about my deck. Let's look at the other decks. The Mimeoplasm seems to be a sort of good stuff. Propaganda, Mana Gorger Hydra. Okay, yeah, very good stuffy. Negate. Okay, so this guy is running counter spells. Interesting. It's not too usual. I don't really like counterspells that much, because like you lose a card and he loses a card, but we are just sitting here and like two of our opponents discarded cards and paid mana for it. Like it's really not that good, especially in like an Azuri deck where there's no combo to protect. Like I can understand if you're a combo deck and you want to protect your combo turn, but other than that, I don't really understand running any amount of counters in a good stuff deck like Azuri or Mimeoplasm are. The Centrip, okay. So we have this good stuff Reanimator type of deal. So yeah, he gets attacked for 7 because he countered the spell, I guess. Then we have Izuri, small dudes, like we saw Inspiring Call, we saw the Llanowar Mentor, small dudes with counters and stuff. So yeah, nothing too unusual with Izuri, because yeah, you know, power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you get an experience counter, and then you can like place counters on guys. The Mimeoplasm, for those of you who don't know, you can exile 2 creatures, and the Mimeoplasm becomes a copy of one with +1/+1 counters equal to the power of the other creature exiled. So it can get really big because you can exile a 7/7 and then put 7 counters from another 7/7 and then 14/14, for example. And then we have Centriplets, which is usually the Pillar Fort control-ish type deck where you stall the game out, and then you play all the good spells from people, and they won't do anything anymore. And yeah, you usually grind out the game. All right. So this guy plays Azuri. He tries to equip. Maybe plays another spell with this mana. No, he doesn't. Okay. Personally, I believe this. I got up to a good start. From your graveyard to the battlefield. Yes. We can, for example, next turn play the Flashback Marauder. Well, you know what? Increasing Ambition sounds also very nice. Like, get 1 tutor in and get an engine going. For example, Bloodspeaker is usually a good target. Bloodspeaker being the 3/2 that 2 tutors. I will show you. I will probably play this for my Bloodspeaker because so far I've discovered that Bloodspeaker is one of the best cards in this deck because of the way it's built. Like there's a toolbox, so to speak, in the deck built out of demons. You can basically get anything. You can get card draw in Bloodgift Demon or something like that. You can get mass removal even with Malfagor, which is also very good because you can either stack the trigger in a way where you will return the Bloodspeaker to your hand and then discard it to Malfagor. And this way you can force people to sacrifice an additional creature. Or you can stack the triggers in a way you discard your hand, and then you return Bloodspeaker afterwards, which then makes it so you have some gas after resolving Malfagor. I will show you. This game probably looks like a game where I could go for Malfagor at some point because this guy will go wide. Sacrificing is always good against creatures like this. So maybe even I will... Oh, Mother of Runes. Yeah, okay, definitely. So I will definitely play the Flashback Marauder now. So he is tapped out. Oh god, Phage. Sweet. Okay, maybe we can win with Phage. Let's see. We will play. We could Demonic Consultation for the Bloodspeaker. But that's instant, I guess. And the blood speaker would only be good. I'm debating if I really want to. Is there a reason for me to go for Flashback Mirror now? I guess getting the Mother of Runes off the table. He will probably sacrifice the Llanowar Elves, which cuts down on his mana because he seems to have missed the land drop here or there. He does. No, he didn't, because I'm on the same amount of he bounced land. Okay. So yeah, I really think going for the Flashback Marauder here and consultationing for the Blood Speaker. It's probably not not the best idea. Going for a tutor card with this and then like exiling all the good tutor targets maybe isn't that good of an idea. So maybe I go for the Flashback Marauder, I tap out, I play my Mountain, I guess. I tap out, and then I will next turn go for the Increasing Ambition, or like, if I really need something, I can always go for Demonic Consultation. Let's keep this as an emergency tutor and go for the Blood Speaker with this one. Oh, I'm having priority. Sorry, you guys. So the thing with the tapping out thing is, on Modo you have the option of no possible play, yield all, and what this does is if you don't have any untapped lands, and if you don't have any cards with converted mana cost 0, or any abilities you can activate with 0 or like tap something, you can tap out your lands, you can tap out everything, and then you put the game automatically, if you selected this, like I just did 2 times, the game will assume or will know you don't have anything to do, and it will just skip you when passing priority, and it will save time on your clock. It will save time on like everybody's, like it will basically save everybody's time because they don't have to wait for you, which then makes them not tap out of MTGO and do something else. And yeah, so basically it's always a good idea to use this option on MTGO. Saves your time and saves everybody's time. So like this Flashback Marauder, I think, was really crucial because this Mana Gorger Hydra would have ended the game very fast, and as I said, we definitely want to go. Maybe we can even cast. Oh, we are one mana short. So maybe go for Blood Speaker, wait for another land, cast the Phage. Yeah, that sounds about okay. And we can always like space the Rakdos in between. That's also a very fun thing with the Malfegor discard this Blood Speaker thing, because if you stack the triggers in a way that you discard the Blood Speaker to Malfegor, you're suddenly left with no cards and the Blood Speaker being in the graveyard. And what you can then do is cast Rakdos, and Rakdos triggers the Blood Speaker and then comes to hand again, and yeah, that's always a good time. Creature tokens. Alright. Good thing we don't have any tokens. For the mage, oh god. Whenever a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, I read that correctly. So he gets an experience counter, and then he can place like counters here and draw a card. And next turn he can play a creature, maybe trigger the. He won't. Yeah, he could. No, he could. Yeah, he can't. Okay, he can either trigger this or this then, and then place counters on this again and draw 2 cards and so on and so forth. So, yeah. Like I said, draw a card. You put a charge counter on this. Okay, yeah. That's fair and all, I guess. Azuri attacking this guy. Okay, so we have a full out war also already. So if I can Rakdos this guy, they will probably beat up on each other, and then I can screw him over. He's out of the game. They kill each other. I kill one of them, and then I kill this guy. The only problem is land tax is usually very good against like Rakdos, because he can sacrifice everything besides the land tax and maybe the soul ring, and then he has like a ton of mana still, because he can always get lands with this, and yeah. You know the deal. Does this even trigger If an opponent controls more lands than you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's no one around yet, at least. Bribery on me. All right, you can bribe me. He can get. Let's see. He could get Lord of the Void, which is probably a good target. He could get Bloodgift Demon, which is always like good to have. He could also get. Let's see. I mean, he could have gotten Phage, but that wouldn't be a good idea. Can always get the Reaper from the Abyss, but that's not going to do anything yet. Maybe the zombie, what's it called? What's he called? Reaper of the Dead? Or something? The guy from the commander packs that kills the guy upon entering the battlefield, and then whenever a creature dies, you get a 2/2 zombie. I'm not sure. He will look through my decklist and find something sweet. So, like, I can understand. Maybe play it on... Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm a good target. Like, this deck seems like it's like the big battle cruiser demon type of deck. Right? Yeah, as I said, Lord of the Void is a very good target to get, because you can always... you can attack some guy for 7, which is already a good deal. And then you can get a creature card from that guy's library and put it on the battlefield under your control, which is like very, very potent, I'd say. Let's see. I could, in theory, revive this with the Torrent of Souls just to get this guy off the battlefield, and he will have to sacrifice either this guy or this guy. That seems weak. That seems very weak. Like, I mean, I will probably take a hit from this because he now knows my deck and knows that I have a huge amount of very good demons in my deck. So let's see. We could also go for Consultation for any 5-mana spell, any 5-mana demon. Consultation for Abyssal Persecutor. Doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. We could just play Rakdos and block him. That seems ambitious. Increasing ambition, yeah. Ambition for Reanimate. Lose 3. Yeah, that's also kind of weird. Oh, but you know what? That sounds good. So we do that, and we do that, and then we play this, and then we go... Do we even have Reanimate? We will see. I think so. Yeah, I definitely do. I'll play this, we Reanimate the Flashback Marauder, and then next turn we can Torrent of Souls. Oh god. Reanimate that. Where is the Reanimate? Nice. We play Reanimate on... Flashback Marauder. Lose 3. He has to sacrifice his Lord of the Void. And next turn, this basically tutored our Lord of the Void into our graveyard. So we can... Yes. Flashback Marauder, thank you. We can then Torrent of Souls. This guy, attack him for 9. Sacrifice a creature, thank you. And... This essentially saves the Torrent of Souls for a big creature, and the Reanimate just cost 3 life because of the Flashback Marauder. So I kind of wasted the tutor plus the Flashback plus the Reanimate. But on the other hand, it basically was an Entomb for the Lord of the Void, which is okay with me, I guess. And next turn we can then Torrent of Souls plus Demonic Consultation if need be. If we draw a black source, no, any source, any untapped land, we can play Phage and see if it gets there. I like our position. It sounds reasonable. He even sacrificed the what's it called, the Feather Mage, so no more card draw for you, sir. Phyrexian Dreadnought. I don't believe that works the way you... okay. He wants to sacrifice it because he wants to make the Mimeoplasm maybe a Mana Gorger Hydra that has counters equal to the power of Phyrexian Dreadnought, which in this case would be 12. Yeah, that's reasonable, I guess. I mean, he can he get them from any graveyard? From graveyards. Okay, so he can get like a Feather Mage and then place 12 counters, draw 12 cards, and have a 13/13 Feather Mage. That sounds reasonable, I guess, for 5 mana. 13/13 and draw. That's like Kozilek without an Annihilator and like more cards. Yeah, that's reasonable. Or he can also get like Lord of the Void with 12 counters to be a 19/19 flying. Champion of Lambolt. Doesn't he do the same thing? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, put a plus. Okay, so that's basically the same effect, kind of. He attacks this guy again. Yeah, these two guys have a all-out battle. Yeah, I think in this situation I would go for the Feather Mage, draw 12 cards, and be happy with it. Especially because this deck seems to be built in a way that you want to get certain creatures into your graveyard, and then he draws 12 cards, passes the turn, and discards down to hand size. And in this case, he will probably discard 2 good targets for the next Mimeoplasm in case the Mimeoplasm gets killed. Which is like very, very good, I think, setting up for future Mimeoplasms. Alright. Score rack plus land tax, yeah. That's basically a brainstorm kind of deal. He can always put away lands plus any card he doesn't want, and then shuffle the library with land tax. And in this way he gets like fresh cards every time and gets rid of bad cards. Four mana, 4 colorless. Thought not seer, no. Romantic Lantern, okay. So you can now tap everything for everything. Nice color fixing. And play a Centriplets. No, Sensei's Divining Top, play your Centriplets. Div Top plus Scroll Rack plus land tax, really? You like have all the cards you ever want from the top of your library. You can Scroll Rack away cards you don't want, and maybe draw cards you want. The cards you wanted, you can first like sort with Sensei's Div Top, and then shuffle away the cards you don't want with land tax. And yeah, that's good. And you have Centriplets. So maybe I'd love to have haste, like really badly. Diluvian Primordial, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are 1 land short. That's a shame. We could Demonic Consultation for the Lake of the Dead, and then play it at a Sepulchral, getting a Mana Gorger Hydra, Feather Mage, and nothing. Yeah, okay, that's not a good plan. We could Torrent of Souls, leaving black open for Demonic Consultation. That seems okay. We cannot use this, I believe. Yeah, that's 8 mana. Oh. I mean, Torrent of Souls seems reasonable. Torrent of Souls, get Lord of the Void, hit him, maybe hit a fatty. This guy. And me. Oops. And there we go. So you have to specify which players' creatures get +2/+0 and haste. So like obviously it's me, but maybe there are some reasons to not. I guess I don't really get this because it's a sorcery. You can't even like instant speed gives some guy haste. Let's see. May I attack, please? Sir. Exile? Swords to plowshares. Okay. I mean, yeah, okay. I guess. Huh. Another card I don't really like in Mediage. But okay. Should we consultate the demons? And maybe for a swamp? I like that. Like, you're probably not getting too many cards until you hit a swamp. And this way we can next turn play Sepulchral Primordial, or we can play the Phage. And like lands are always good. Like, it uses our mana, and I don't see us tutoring for anything too soon. Because also we get 7 mana, and if we hand another land drop, swamp, please. Swamp. Okay. So we exiled Malfegor, Swamp, Cinderburn, Swamp, Command Tower, Grave Trail. So the only real card I'm sad about is Malfegor. Play the Swamp. Tap it and pass the turn. Okay. So yeah. Like, if we didn't exile Malfegor, I would be really happy, but yeah, that's kind of the way demonic consultation can work out. Alright, so next turn we have Sepulchral Primordial if need be. We can, like, I don't see us doing it because there are not too many. Yeah, maybe. He will probably now cast, he hasn't got the mana for it seems. Ruinous Path on Centriplets. Thank you. Okay. So if he would have cast Mimeoplasm, we could have he would have probably discarded good creatures for the next Mimeoplasm, and that way we could have reanimated something good with Sepulchral Primordial. And the Phantom Mage also, yeah, I guess we wouldn't have that if he Mimeoplasms. We could get this, which we can activate. We could get a Mother of Runes, which is okay with like Rakdos and stuff. I mean, given that nothing has really happened this game except these two people beating up on each other, I kind of like our position. But other than that, yeah, like I said, there's nothing really happened. This guy is ahead on cards in comparison to everybody, but we have this read the bones, and we have this increasing ambition ready to supply us with more cards, and we have like good payoff spells in the Sepulchral Primordial. We can later on maybe tutor with this increasing ambition something we need, and like boots, like Lightning Greaves, and then maybe we can like, if someone's tapped out and no one can respond, we can Phage equip, attack someone, and win the game out of nowhere. So we should keep that in mind. If we don't draw them with the Read the Bones, we can always like increasing ambition for something useful now, and so and like the Greaves, which is with like Greaves are always good. Yeah, so slowly but surely shape our game plan in a way that we have some form of inevitability. So if we don't get there with the Sepulchral Primordial or the Read the Bones drawing us into something huge, we can try the Rakdos route, or like before that we can try the Phage route. Yeah, so we have like good options each turn from now on. And this demonic consultation, even though we exiled the Malfegor, put us in a good spot if we draw land next turn or the turn after. So that's basically why I did it. You could also like Mob Rule, Read the Bones next turn, but that doesn't seem good because there are no creatures. Scroll Rack, yes, thank you. I kind of feel underpowered because I don't have all these fancy lands, but that's the thing about Rakdos. You don't really want to play that many utility lands, because you will sacrifice some of them, and you want to keep the lands produce colored mana, and you can't play Temple of the False God, for example, is a really bad card. Rogue's Passage would be sweet, but like 4 mana to do something, like 5 mana, even, because you have to tap the Rogue's Passage as well. It is a bit expensive to make like your commander. Like he has flying and trample, you usually get through. And post Rakdos to make something unblockable, this is way too expensive. Same goes for, okay, like this has green, Rogue Passage, okay, yeah. So we don't really need Reliquary Tower, and Maze of Ith and stuff like that is just not going to happen in a deck like this. Copy artifact. What are you copying? Are you copying Soul Ring? This guy? I don't. Maybe this guy? He doesn't target anything. Seems. Oh, okay. He chooses now. And you choose what? Soul Ring. Yeah, I figured. Like, this is probably the best target. 2 mana Soul Ring. Tap this for 2 mana, 2 mana. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Bit Blast. Okay. That's a good draw. We can read the bones. Let's read the bones. Hopefully not into a land. And then we can play land plus Bit Blast, have the 8 mana for increasing vision next turn. And like we can always see or like try to find something off the Bit Blast. Taskmaster Swamp. Do we want the Taskmaster? I don't think so. Oh. Put on bottom. Put on top. Draw 2 cards. Not of this world. This is a good draw. Okay, for Rakdos. And then we have 5 mana open and we pass the turn. Because this is an instant and I don't really have good targets for now. But I maybe want to play this at some point. Either on this guy or on something he plays. That would be good to kill before it gets too many counters. And yeah, so keeping up mana the first time in this game. Definitely not a sign of me having something. I mean, you can always bluff something. In this case, people tap out if they don't have anything, and they don't tap out if they have anything. So usually people will assume you have something, even if I didn't have this Bit Blast. So like, let's for a second act like I didn't have this. And he's conceded because he didn't draw a... Okay. He didn't draw a land, I guess. That's a shame. That throws off our plans of these 2 people. Yeah, he has lost connect. He disconnected also. These 2 people beating up on each other. Maybe now he focuses there. Hopefully, I guess. 2 counters. Yes, thank you. Please don't hit me. Like, I am not as running as this guy. Board-wise, I guess. Okay. Oh, he just tapped out, okay. And on me, okay. Well then, take 7, take 10. Thank you very much. Alright, the old take 10. Vampiric Tutor, okay. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm playing Read the Bones and I'm playing Demonic Consultation for like a swamp. Reanimate for Flashback Marauder. I mean, I guess the most like scary thing was Torrent of Souls for Lord of the Void, but that's not really scary. I'm not sure why he tries to hit me. Maybe he just wants me to get lower and then he focuses on this guy. But clearly, this guy is pulling ahead way more than I do because he has like tons of mana. He has all the card selection in the world. He has Vamp Tutor and Land Tags and Scroll Rack, Sensitive Divining Top. Like, I'm not sure what this guy thought when hitting me. Maybe he wants to kill me before this guy had more, and then focus on him because it's only on a 1-on-1. But up and above. No, he brainstorms now into the card. He's tutored with the Vampiric Tutor. Alright. Sounds reasonable. Thank you. Jackie the Puppet. Nantex trigger. And so like all the cards he brainstormed away will now get shuffled away, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. They get shuffled away. He gets 3 lands, which increases the odds of him top taking a not land even more. How does it upkeep if you do shuffle it? Okay, yeah. I figured. Alright, so what are you going to do? Last removal, maybe? I'm even debating going for the Bit Blast end of turn on him, because I don't see me getting any more opportunities to... Yeah, maybe not. I don't have anything going on. Like, not anything big. So maybe not. Maybe wait for it to get a good target. Oh, you know what? Maybe I do, because I want to increasing ambition next turn. All this mana. Turn to dust. Alright. Now I have a target. I can kill the Zuzuri with my Bit Blast. Or the Sand Triplets. Let's be fair. Like, if he plays Sand Triplets, I will probably kill his Sand Triplets. Because this guy has a 7/7, and if I kill his Zuzuri, I'm very likely to get hit by this... Oh god, Elspeth, okay. For a greater. 3 or less. Now plays what? Vindicate, destroy target permanent. Alright. I guess that's fair. 3 tokens into play. It's a 5/5, okay. So... we can always... End step, okay. So if we kill the Zuri, we can mob rule... No, that doesn't do anything. We can kill a soldier, and then with Azuri, as a mob rule, Azuri and 2 soldiers kills his Elspeth. That sounds good. And this is also a good hit. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So we have... how much mana do I have? He's tapped out, he's tapped out. Okay. Let's see. We can Lake of the Dead. Power 7, okay. Lake of the Dead. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black. 7, 8. Yeah, 7, 8. Plus 4 is 12. So we can 12 is 6 and 6. So we cannot cast... That's a shame. We can't cast Rakdos plus... Oh, can we? We can't. Now we have 5, 7, 8, and then the 4. Yeah, that's 12. That won't work. We can always play Page Kill Him. Doesn't sound good. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the mob rule and keep like the Phage. One more mana, mob rule. 3 or less. Get Azuri plus soldier, kill Elspeth, pass the turn. And then we should probably gang up on him. Alright, go to combat. I don't have any experience counters, but I will put them there. Yeah. Attack. all creatures on Elspeth. Like, I have to play this smart here because I could have killed him with my Phage. Just haste out the Phage and kill him. But I don't think I would win 1 versus 1 against this guy. So that's basically the reason why I didn't do what I did. What I could have done. So he plays what? Just steps out? No, he doesn't. He does. He doesn't have anything going on. That's bad. He probably flooded because he never missed the land drop. Alright. That's not good. Kill him. Thank you. Alright, I think he realized now that he should have killed, dealt 10 to him when he could have, because he would now be on 24, and that's more reasonable to kill from as 34. It's like, he has all the cards in the world. I'm not sure he thought he tutored for maybe the Elspeth, or the Vindicate, or the Return to Dust, but he's sick of getting flooded. 7 out of 8 blast draws were lands. Yeah, that's bad. He's flooded, not doing anything, and I'm like Rakdos. I can't 0 to 100 to 0-1 guy like that. That's not happening. Let's see. We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Increasing ambition costs 8, so we can increasing ambition next turn. Hopefully this guy draws something, and then let's see. We can ambition for. We could ambition for a Cabal Ritual, and let's see, something big, something that clears away the board, and then we can Phage plus the big thing, plus Lake of the Dead, and then we have like a huge turn where we kill all the peoples. Basically, is what I want to do now. Kill all the peoples. Now he has Jace the Mind Sculptor. Okay, so this deck is definitely not messing around. But I think we can win. Like, this is only I don't know how much ticks card, but we have better cards like Lake of the Dead and Not of This World. Let's see. We can tutor for Hellcarver Demon plus Phage. That's ambitious. Like Hellcarver Demon plus or something that grants flying. Okay, main phase. We have a swamp. We can set up a bigger turn even. Yeah, let's do this. We will play the swamp. We'll tap all our lands, and we will play Increasing Ambition with Flashback. Let's keep up with black, just to scare Paul. Which we probably shouldn't, because he has very likely a counter. It doesn't. Okay. So let's see. We can Ritual and something that taps down guys would be awesome. It that betrays. Hellcarver Demon, Harvester Souls, Guild, Dream Pillager. I'm not seeing anything. Mugen? Huh. Skullrend? Sire of Insanity? That sounds good. Reaper from the Abyss. Creature died this turn, end step. That doesn't help us anything. Get the Blood Speaker. Something. Let's see. We will go for. Maybe he. I think the best shot we have is going for Deathbringer Regent plus Cabal Ritual. Do we even need the Ritual? I'm not sure if we even need it. Because now we have one more land, which is like 13 mana, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 7 again. That's not happening. A 6 and a 7 we can play in one turn. So like Hellcarver plus Phage. Play cycle lands, yeah. Cabal Ritual plus... So Cabal Ritual essentially gives us 3 more mana, so we can play Phage plus Rakdos. Phage plus Rakdos sounds awesome. Like Cabal Ritual, and maybe... Cothpad? Or the Havoc Festival? Heartless Summonings. 2 less to cast. Could go Dark Ritual, Heartless Summonings. Cabal Ritual, Hellcarver Demon. Yeah, let's do that. Cabal... come on, Cabal Ritual and... Or we could go... Necrologia. That's... Not a... I would love a Malfigor now. Would be very awesome. Does he have any? No, he doesn't. Master of the Feast, Fated Return. Doesn't do anything. All these cards and nothing does anything. Swiftfoot Boots? Reeves? Doesn't sound good. Repay in kind. He conceded? Reign of the Pit, there it is. That's this one. Take. And then pass the turn. Alright. That's a shame. He disconnected. Why did he do it? I don't understand. Just because I took so long? Like, doesn't he understand that some turns take a bit longer? Let's see. Let's play Rakdos. Plus Phage. Yeah, we do that. Let's see. We will play Cabal Ritual. He's probably wondering now what's happening. We have 5 mana, so we can now Rakdos. Cast. 2 mana. Damn it. You should have kept counter target spell and target permanent you control. We could have Lake of the Dead plus lands. We could have countered this Naturalize. That's a shame. Alright. So that resolves. And then we could always get Lake of the Dead plus Sepulchral Primordial. Seems reasonable. Oh, wrong swamp. So it's a bit much, but we will play the Sepulchral because we can. And then we get, let's see, Mentor doesn't sound good. Oh, let's take the champion, because next turn we have Phage coming into the battlefield, so we get at least 1 counter, and then pass the turn. So we get at least 1 counter, and this way we can maybe make some rampant growth here. All right, it's a bit of a shame that we couldn't play out the game like either against this guy or against all of them. But I mean, it's a win. Don't know why he left. Maybe he had somewhere to go. Yeah. Definitely a shame, because I think we would have won. Regardless of he's attacking me. I will gladly take my damage. And then we will play Shizo's Death's Storehouse. Activate it. Then we will enter combat. And we will attack all creatures. And he will maybe have a removal spell. I will sacrifice this guy. I will sacrifice this. 5 permanents. 5 permanents? Okay. That's it. That's pretty easy. We'll sacrifice this guy and another swamp, I guess. Yeah. Like I usually try to have as many swamps as possible. Block. And you will lose permanents, dear sir. Yes, you do. And then we will play Lake of the Dead, sacrifice swamp, play the phage, pass the turn. That should be it. Like, there's little he can do about. He maybe could have. He can't. Okay. So let's tap this guy for mana, sacrifice the swamp. 5, 7. Play phage, pass the turn. Turn off auto guilds. That's important because we should be able to respond with this, but I'm not sure if it recognizes it as such, and therefore, yeah. So next turn we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can play a swamp, sacrifice the Lake of the Dead and 2 swamps. Ring. Oh, I shouldn't have sacrificed Shizo because if he didn't have a removal spell, I could have Shizoed a phage and win this way. That's definitely a punt. Do I get the demon? Yeah, that's good. Getting a demon and at this point is very good. I'm basically converting this primordial for a demon, like a 8-power demon, and this demon won't count towards the land count, so it leaves me with an extra card to cast. I mean, I lose out on 5 damage, I guess, but yeah, whatever. I will definitely block here. There is no way in hell I won't block. One. I know I played it slowly at the beginning, but now I doubt the turns are that complicated. So he can choose to attack here and regenerate the Zuri if I block. And given that he drew that many lands, I doubt he has anything going on in his hand. Especially since he would have done it before on my Rakdos attack to not lose as many lands as he did. So what's he thinking about? I don't know. Maybe he has another creature and he's debating whether to play it or not. Not really sure. Maybe he's trying to make me concede, but that won't happen. That won't happen. Come on. Alright, I will be back once this guy finishes thinking about things. Okay, so he did nothing. That's what he did. Nothing. Oh, Havoc Festival. That's also a thing we could do. Havoc Festival him out. I mean, he can't block him. He can't block him. He goes to... He takes 12. Yes, he does. He does. He has to block phage. He loses a creature to phage. He goes down to 10. we Havoc Festival. No, it's the Reign of the Pit is way better because he loses one creature and then he has to block with the other on the phage, and that's it can't be regenerated, so he can't even use this on the phage. Okay. All right. So sacrifice a swamp. Six Reign of the Pit. Each player sacrifices a creature. He has to either sacrifice the Trinket Mage, in which case he doesn't have profitable blocks. He never has profitable blocks, but in this case he could block with Trinket Mage on Phage, and my Phage dies, so they both die. Or he could sacrifice, he does. Like I figured, but that's not good for you, buddy. I win, yeah. So he saw it. Basically, I've always had the protection on Rakdos, and yeah. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, we won. A great match. I definitely enjoyed it. I had a good ton of fun. I guess. This deck is always a blast to play. Even if I lose, I've lost to my own Havoc festivals. I've lost to. I once hit my own phage with something. I'm not really sure what it was. I hit my own phage with something. I lost to my own demonic consultation. There's a ton of ways you can lose to yourself, which is, I believe, at least, it's really awesome. And in other cases, you just win so awesomely, epic, with all the epicness in the world. Yeah. I really enjoyed playing this deck. I really enjoyed playing this game. I hope you did as well. You enjoyed my sometimes a bit wonky commentary, I have to admit. But yeah. What else is there to say? I don't think there is anything. So until next time, see you around.